me try this. Wow, this is very awkward. Hi everyone, my name is NABILLAH JALAL. I graduated from the Royal College of Music in London in 2016 and I majored in piano performance, Western classical music. I am also the director of ArtSee. It's a non-profit project that I founded in 2016 and we aim to bring arts to the underprivileged. Also, I have my own piano studio, my own boutique piano studio. It's called NJ Studio and we just launched it about 2 weeks ago.
Classical piano.
Okay, let me take you back to the time when I was 4. I'm 26 this year. So
okay.
at 4
Oh,
years
you reveal your age very openly.
Okay, I'm okay with that really. I'm 26. Yeah, so when I was 4 years old, my mom told me that we had to go to Yamaha.
Okay.
So Yamaha in Singapore, they've got 2 sides. One side is Cresta where you have ballet and the other side is music. So I saw people doing ballet and I told my mom, Ma, I want to do ballet.
Okay.
And she just went, no. So initially I thought like, you know, you have to wear loose skirts, so not very modest lah. And then after that she just went, no, you have to fit.
Okay.
So at 4 years old, I was smacked with this information. This truth,
yeah.
You know, that the world is not a very nice place.
Because your mom
because my
told
mom,
you you're too fat.
Exactly. So my mom
doesn't watch this video.
No, it's okay. I'm very open about this actually. Yeah. And then so I was like, okay, fine. You know, couldn't really rebel.
Yeah.
So we went to the music side, and then I saw someone playing the violin. So I thought, okay, I don't need to wear anything. You know, there's no fat shaming involved, right? But guess what? She said no as well. She said that we'll have to keep buying a new violin because I'll grow fatter and my head will be too heavy and I will smash the violin. Okay, very, very interesting scientific thing going on there. But in the end, I think it's just her desire like for me to learn piano. Probably, you know, when she was much younger, because she came from a very normal family, you know, poor actually. And so she just wanted me to learn the piano. So I did. So I enjoyed it. I did pretty okay.
Yeah.
But I never thought that I'll turn it into a career or something that I'm truly, truly passionate about. That realization only came in when I was in JC, when I was doing my A-levels.
Wait, so did you do the grade 1, grade 2?
Yeah, I did
all the way through?
I did almost everything. I did 1 to 8, you know, skipped a few here
and then you got a diploma thing.
Yeah, so when I did 1 to 8, it was more of like going through the motions. My mom said I have to finish my grade 8, so I just did it, you know. And she said, oh, you know, who knows, maybe one day you can teach. And I thought, oh, okay, no, doesn't sound too bad really. And then, so while I was doing my A-levels and diploma and piano dip at the same time, I changed teachers. I didn't go to Yamaha anymore, I had another teacher. And she was like, oh, Nabilah, you know what, I think you really can do music. Why not you audition for the music schools? Of course, the first thing that came to mind was, I cannot afford an overseas education. And then she was like, you know what, don't worry about it. Let's just try it first.
Like get in.
Let's just see where the wind blows. So after A-levels, I took a gap year, got into the schools. I actually auditioned for 9 US schools and only 1 UK school. You know, I thought that all the royal schools will not accept me because I didn't have A-level music. I took like normal A-level stuff, you know, and Nanyang didn't offer music, so yeah, I thought my doors were closed. But my Singapore piano teacher, she kindly went to the UK and then she spoke to the head of keyboard and said like, hey, you know, I've got this student, she is quite talented, can you please grant her an audition? So when they came to Singapore for an audition, I managed to cut corners and I did an audition.
Wait, so she flew to the UK just for you?
She was also, she goes back there quite a bit. Yeah. So she's got a couple of other students who was also studying there, so she just went to, you know,
so why did she want to help you rather than anyone else?
She will go the extra mile for you if she really truly likes you and believes in you. And I think she knows, because she knows about my family background and how hard I work and all that. So I guess, you know, she believes in me. And let's face it, I am definitely pursuing a rather unconventional path. And the fact that I am Malay makes it
Yeah.
even more unconventional, to do Western classical. So I think, she was just giving me a bit of push and
Yeah.
creating opportunities for me as well.
You auditioned in Singapore.
Yeah, I auditioned in Singapore.
And
They
I read
accepted
somewhere,
me.
you got put on the spot or something like that,
Yeah,
right? Or- yeah.
And then, my first reaction was, oh my god, I do not have $500,000
Wait,
for
but
this.
oh, that's one thing. But did you also so after A levels you took your gap year, right?
Yeah.
What were you thinking of university at that point? Like before you auditioned, what were you thinking about?
I was quite certain that I was going to do music.
Okay, but it was
Yeah.
probably in Singapore,
Yeah.
at Yongsuto or something.
Yeah, NAFA, Yongsito,
Okay.
one of those, because I know that NAFA has a program with RCM as well, with my college, so I thought, I'll just go to NAFA, and it is a truly good school as well, so why not? I'll just do that, yeah.
What would the difference have been though if you had stayed in the NAFA program
Yeah.
versus what you actually did in the end?
So, well, the teachers will be different. I'm not saying that the teachers in Singapore are not competent or anything. It's just that it's a breath of fresh air to be living in a different country as well, and it helps you create your art in a very different manner, opens up perspectives, all the kind of stuff that you write down in your entrance essays. No, but
And it's true.
It is true.
Yeah.
It is very, very true. And you meet so many different people. You see so much more art. You get all these opportunities. And in Singapore, we don't get that many opportunities to perform unless you are a somebody. And we don't have a culture of performing in CCs, or we do, but doing Western classical music, it's almost unheard of. Whereas over there, you write into a church and you say, hey, can I play? Yeah, you just need to pay for my transport, and
sure.
Yeah, they're completely cool with that, and meeting new people and interacting with all these people, it really helps in art making.
After you got your place, that's when the journey really started, right? Because that's when you started, okay, how am I gonna fund this, the $500,000?
Yeah.
Okay, I know eventually you got some support from some agencies, but what was that like? It was super stressful, right?
Oh, definitely. I felt that it was very unfair because my classmates, my JC classmates, they've all started school already. They were all in uni, and then my guy friends, they were all in NS, and I'm like, wow, they have it so easy. And I think I was 18, 19 years old, and I had to go up to people and sell myself to them. Basically, just convince them that, hey, I'm worth the money. And I was meeting all these people, but I think that was really a turning point in my life because I was forced to get out of my comfort zone.
So who are you speaking to?
So I became very, very shameless. Not that I wasn't before that.
Everyone,
I spoke to Mendaki as well. I thought that my option was a Mendaki loan, but in the end I got an award from them, and then of course through all these recommendation letters and all that, and the press definitely helped. It gave me some, publicity. And then a foundation called me, and I had an interview, and
Oh, so you really scrapped it up,
Yeah, I just did it all. It was so painful. It was so.
How many months? So how many months did it take for you to then go? I finally have enough, or was it even after the first year were you still scrapping, asking for more?
So before I left for London in first year, right? I already knew for sure that I had enough.
Okay, so you had enough. Okay.
Yeah, so it was just day-to-day expenses, So that one was just from family and savings and stuff.
And were people actually generous enough to give free, no strings attached kind of thing, or were they hey, you need to come perform at this thing?
So of course, the larger sums, there's some form of bond involved. With Mendaki, I have to perform for them, I have to help them for certain stuff, and with the foundation that supported me, the Trailblazer Foundation, so that clause was just for me to give back to society, and I realized that, while I was studying there, that I really like to work with the community through what I'm good at, which is music. So they are okay with whatever that I'm doing now. So I've got my own project that I started for the underprivileged, things like that. So other than that, there were actually individuals who just emailed me or Facebook messaged me and said, hey, my friends and I, we put together our resources and want to give you something, can you meet us for coffee?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So
really
that was
impressive.
it was a small amount, but you know, the thought behind
It means a lot.
It means a lot, you know. So that's why I think now I just want to spread the word about it, lah. You know, whatever that you can give, you should give, even if it's just your time and and words are also very important. So
I'm actually quite surprised at how generous people can be.
I keep in touch with some of them actually. One of them said, you know what, I'm just gonna transfer my miles to you. Yeah, so
you fly for free.
Yeah, so you fly for free,
yeah.
okay? Yeah. So my first SQ flight was it was really like miles.
That's super cool.
Yeah. Then
No, it's. I mean, but it is really cool because
there
I
are
really
good
expect
people
it.
out there.
So interesting. Okay, so then, you went there for 4 years. You graduated 4, right?
Yeah, 4.
Graduated with honors.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm curious about what the experience there was like.
The biggest lesson that I learned while studying overseas in general was that we should not compete with other people.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's yourself, right?
Yeah, it's just you and yourself.
As well,
Yeah, because when I was in first year, I am a true product of the Singaporean education system, definitely. I just want to be the first. And I am not ashamed to tell people that I am very kiasu, I'm super competitive, you know, and I just want to be the first in everything. It's not exactly a bad thing, but it becomes bad when it affects your health and your relationships as well. So in first year, my batchmates, they were all from the good music schools, you know, like they went to a music high school where it's normal for them to practice 4-6 hours a day, and they were BBC Young Musician of the Year winners, and I'm like, who am I? You know, I was like, okay, I need to work harder. So there was this one day, I practiced for like 12 hours, I think. Yeah. So that week because I just wanted to do really, really well, right? And I thought that, you know, if I just practice a lot more, I'll be on par with them or something. So I practiced so much, and then I did it 12 hours. The next day I had a piano lesson. I couldn't turn my hand.
Because it was like stuck.
Yeah. I injured it. I had RSI.
Really?
Yeah.
From piano?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is very common to get RSI from piano. Actually, right? Yeah.
But I thought you learned how to stretch it or something.
No, because in the 12 hours I was just like, no, I need to work. Yeah, it's that kind of mentality, you know. So I had to go for therapy. I couldn't play for about 4 or 5 months. So that was painful, you know. It was a lot.
So then what did you do in the 4 or 5 months?
Well, yeah, I still did practice, but it's more for right hand because my left hand was injured and I couldn't play.
So you only played the...
Yeah. And then I had to defer for a lot of exams and all that. You know, it was just very, very, very troublesome. And I was just thinking, you know, if I had actually taken a break and not pushed myself that hard, maybe I'll be improving that. You know, so. Yeah, just need to remember that it's a fight against yourself, not with other people.
What was the good and bad of studying there? You had to summarize the good and bad.
Oh God. The good is, you view art in a different way. You become a lot more confident of yourself and independent too, definitely. And you understand that you cannot rely on anyone else but yourself. The bad, homesick.
Homesick.
Homesick, that's normal. You know, my consolation is that I do have a very close group of friends who share the same experience as me. So we just huddled together and we became very good friends. And the good thing about London is that there's so many things for you to do. Like even the museums and all that, you know, you can just pop by any day and you will find something new. So that was the good thing lah.
I know, because you mentioned before that actually, right, you became more interested in like Southeast Asian music when you were there.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, why did that happen? I think that's fascinating.
I don't know, maybe I feel like we've been exposed to too much Western culture that sometimes we forget about our own culture. Yeah, so sometimes when you take away something from you, you want to know more about that. You know, I think it's just human nature. It's just how weird we are. You know, you take away something from me and you're like, actually, my culture is actually quite diverse as well. It's quite colorful. So why did I not think about that? You know, so I actually wrote a paper about Malay music, and I found out that, you know, it's very unfortunate that Malay music is not well documented. Yeah, so
as in terms of not documented in writing, but more of an oral history.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, especially traditional Malay music. So that is very unfortunate, you know. And I am very, very grateful that of late there are a lot more scholars who who are doing the research on it lah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do realize that that is not the one thing that I want to be working on right now. Yeah.
Wait, why not?
Oh, one thing is for sure, I like to work with communities. I want to work with the underprivileged. I want to be an advocate for arts for all.
Yeah.
So, and I also feel that there are a lot of researchers out there who are much more learned than me. You know, they feel stronger for the music scene, especially the traditional music scene. And I feel that I'm quite a people person, and I will be able to touch more hearts with my social and community skills like that. Yeah.
But okay, so another thing you mentioned at the start was like, because you wear a headscarf, right?
Yeah.
And you said performing in churches. You said performing in churches in London is fine.
Oh, it's fine.
But but you said it was trickier. Well, you didn't say it here, but I know you said before that it's trickier in Singapore.
Yeah, it is.
Why? Is that so?
I feel like Southeast Asian Muslims, they are. God, how do I say this? They.
Wait, is it as in it's more challenging with the churches, more challenging with the Muslim community, or both?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting actually. I thought it was more an issue with like the churches, not one thing.
I think it's a two-way thing.
Okay.
But honestly, you know, I just feel that the Southeast Asian Muslims, sometimes they create unnecessary rules.
Okay.
That make it very rigid. There's different school of thought as
yeah,
well, you know.
yeah.
So yeah, sometimes people get very touchy about it, and everything now is on social media. And I know the fact that I am quite a public figure. And I do not want to jeopardize my situation as well. So I try to avoid controversial things for now.
It's a very interesting point of view. I sorry, because when I read that quote from you, because it was online, right? And I actually thought what you meant was just like, oh, you know, churches here were not too receptive of, but it's a two-way thing.
Yeah, it's really a two-way thing. I do some grassroots work, right? And I think, what was it? Was it Chinese New Year? Yeah. For Chinese New Year, we went to give out oranges at one of the churches, and everyone just looked at me in a very different light.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm like,
interesting. Okay.
I'm just here to wish you Hong Xi Fa Cai, you know.
How many recitals in this case were you performing in the UK? And then like now, how many?
In the UK, a lot. I could be performing like 10, 15, 10 to 15.
A month?
No, over the course, like over a sem.
Oh, well, that's still a lot. It's almost 1 week.
Yeah, so,
And you just write in and...
You just write in. Well, of course, some of them will come from the school, right? From the college itself. But sometimes, you know, if I want to go to a different city and I want my travel to be covered, so I'll just write in to a cathedral and I say, hi, my name is this, I am studying at this. Can I play there? Yeah, you know.
And they bring, like, is it a piano or is it like a...
There's a grand piano there.
Is it in the cathedral?
Yeah, it's a cathedral. It's very common in the UK, you see. Yeah, and the people there, they're so nice. I think there was this once I was performing at, was it Essex? I can't remember, one of the kampong areas lah, but there's a lot of retirees, you know, and it's so heartening. They just go up to you. Before that, I was fussing. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get a memory slip, you know, my technique is not gonna be good enough, the piano sounds wonky, you know, that kind of stuff. And then at the end of the recital, you know, all these people just come up to you and say, that was truly beautiful. And they will say things like, that was magical, that was very emotional, I felt a lot. You know, probably these people, they don't even understand music, they probably don't even know how to spell Beethoven, but, you know, the arts and music, it's not about that. It's not about knowing who Beethoven is and all that. It's about feeling things and triggering emotions. So, yeah, I thought that
is so cool.
So worth it.
I mean, you don't usually get that in Singapore, I guess, because we are not, you know, effusive as a society. Like, I mean,
and we don't know how to compliment each other. We feel that every single compliment, like you want something in return.
Yeah. That's so interesting. But then over here, where do you perform if you do?
So my last big-ish performance was at the ArtScience Museum. That's part of ArtScience Late. So these days, if I were to do any performances, I try to do New Age stuff.
New Age stuff meaning?
Performance art. So I worked with this artist called Izam Rahman. He is a very, very prominent performance artist in Singapore. He is also a lecturer and all that, and his works can get rather controversial. So
is it about like religious identity or
identity in general? And the title is really long. Your Ghost of Yesteryear's Something Past. I'm not doing a very good job at it.
Wait, is it called Something Past or Something as in Get
Something,
Past? Oh,
something
okay.
past, yeah. So it was a collaboration between performance art and also Western classical music.
Yeah.
You know, so what I did was I just it is not a soundtrack kind of thing or that background music kind of thing, but it was a two-way street. I was watching what he was doing and I had to match the emotions that he was doing.
So you didn't write the score or anything?
No, I used Western classical music.
Oh,
yeah, so I played some Chopin, some Brahms, things like that, and I also played a bit of pop because I really truly like pop as well. And I love pop, even trashy pop, I love it. Yeah, so we were just feeding each other's energies. We had one run, which is unheard of in the Western classical world or theatre or whatever. You know? So that made me feel very restless because I don't know what to expect, and I am a very, very, very controlling person. So I was like, oh no, what's gonna happen? But it all turned out really well because I think the essence of performance art is really on how organic things are. ArtScience, they like new age things like this. And for ArtScience Late, they want to support emerging artists. So we thought that was a great one. And I am very, very humbled to be working with Izam. Izam is such a great artist.
The other thing which I know you talked about before is like classical music in Singapore, or music in general, has a very like status thing, right? People do it for status. How are you trying to like actually change that? It's difficult, I know.
Oh, it is truly, truly, truly difficult. People don't understand music, or rather people don't want to understand music because sometimes confronting your emotions can be quite scary.
Oof, deep statement, but yes.
Oh my god, did I just come up with that?
Straight about it.
Yeah, sometimes people don't want to confront their emotions, and we're very used to our everyday lives. So how I want to change that is, of course, through kids, and I really, really, really like kids. I started this project called ArtSee. It's Arts for the Underprivileged. So we are now onto our phase 2. We just finished phase 2 actually. For phase 1, we give them a pilot. It was our pilot. It was a taster program for all sorts of art forms. So a little bit of Western classical, fine art, and also Malay classical music.
And this is the one with the Muhammadiyah.
Yeah, correct, with Muhammadiyah. So we managed to receive a couple of grants, and that has been very, very helpful. So for phase 2, we realized that most of the kids, they really like music. And then I wanted an element of, just being rooted to your own culture. And therefore I engaged this gamelan group. And they taught the kids that, and they performed at Tampines Hub. 2 performances at Tampines Hub actually, supported by Passion Arts and also Mendaki's Community Leaders Forum. So we managed to get grants for it. So in a way, we just want to tell people that the arts is really for everyone and anyone. And also the reason why I chose that beneficiary is because the boys, well, most of them, they've done something in their lives, something rather stupid. And I think just the fact that people want to come and watch them, it gives us a glimpse of hope that people are willing to give a second chance for them. So bottom up, and also making things very accessible.
Do people make assumptions about you because of income level or religion or ethnicity or whatever?
Do people make assumptions about me? And then the fact, I don't know, when people look at me, they just go like, oh my god, you're so different, because I'm very outspoken, super straightforward. With the Muslim community, well, there are a couple of people who come up to me to say that music is haram.
Really?
Yeah. Different school of thoughts.
Okay.
So some people come to me with that. It's really a different school of thoughts. And then I was like, I am not doing anything wrong with it. I'm not killing people in my music. So
it's very bad.
So my conscience is clear. I'm not doing anything wrong, so that's fine with me. And and of course, I don't know, the non-Muslim community, they seem to be quite open with me. Right now, the Muslim community or the Malay community, I can't think of a better word than celebrate. they give me a lot of recognition for what I do because it is it's very social.
Yeah.
There's a very, very social angle to it, so they like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it really.
Yeah.
Some people think that I get things easily because
that's why I'm wondering, like, when people say, oh, you know,
people don't say it out aloud.
Yeah.
Yeah, people don't say it out aloud. They just spread rumors and they spread rumors. But at the end of the day, when people see my work ethics and what I'm really doing to support the community and all that, they're okay with it.
Yeah. That's what I was wondering because people will say things like, you know,
she's getting it. It's the race card. It's the race
card.
Yeah,
you know, Mendaki just gave her like $10,000. Yeah. It's like, come on.
I'm sure the race card factor is a contributing factor, but I think that I am able to deliver as well. And maybe the panel sees something in me that others don't. So it might be that my panel is not the best in the world. Oh, definitely, my panel play is not the best in the world. There are so many people out there who play better than me, who have better technique and all that, you know. But maybe because of my story, so that adds another element to my art, and it makes it a lot more relatable to people. And maybe that's why these panels, they believe in me and they support me.
So I guess one last thing is your story is not complete, right?
Oh my God.
So you just opened your studio.
Yes.
You're doing the stuff at ArtSee. I guess where are you trying to go with a music career?
Where am I trying to go with my music career? Same thing. Advocate that art is for all. And empower youths, especially the underprivileged ones, that they can really do whatever that they want. You know, if they truly believe in it, and and everything will happen in due time. And if things don't happen the way that they want it to be, don't see it as it falling apart, but more of falling into place. What I want to say is that there are enough people in the world to play classical piano, to be a performer, but there are not that many people in the world who are willing enough to go down to the community and spread the word about it. So if and being a performer, let's face it, if you do classical piano, how many people can you reach out to?